Hello everyone, and welcome to today's video. So one of my goals with this channel is to chronicle my ongoing writing journey, and so I figured for my very first writing video, I would talk about what I'm working on right now and what I plan to be tackling throughout the rest of 2021. My hope is that by putting these goals out into the universe, that I will be more inclined to actually complete them on time. So of course, my first and foremost goal for the remainder of 2021 is to fully revise the novel that I recently finished. I will probably reveal the title of that in a later video, but I haven't really committed to one yet, so stay tuned. I am working on my creative thesis for my master's program. The comprehensive revision of the whole book is actually my project, and with that project, there's a smaller component being learning how to write a good query letter for agents, which will be happening at the end of the year around December time. So my idea for the revision is to first focus on the actual feel of the story and just see how I feel about the whole thing, but also a chapter by chapter, scene by scene sort of breakdown. Editing the actual words of the story will come afterward. I'm a lot more confident in my ability to copy edit basically than I am in a more substantive revision, which is why the feel of the story needs to come first. Because it doesn't matter how great your prose is if the story itself sucks. My second goal that will be ongoing here is to outline two other novels that I want to write. One is a more industrial-based fantasy setting, sort of analogous to like the late 1800s. So in this setting, magic is very prevalent, and the magic users are essentially the upper echelons of society and run the show because they have the power to do so. But now industrialization is taking hold, and suddenly the mundane folk can do things for themselves, and that threatens the magic wielder's control. I've kind of come up with a funny tagline of like, you don't need to shoot a fireball when you have a gun. So that stuff is all kind of a backdrop to the actual story, which involves a serial killer targeting some of these high-level magic users, and that's kind of throwing society into a panic. The tentative title right now is Bound by Blood, because there's a blood magic element as well, and I really just like alliteration, so it might change. The other story that I'm going to outline is actually a complete rewrite of the first novel I wrote, which is for now just called Lightcrafter. That book was ostensibly a political intrigue, murder mystery combo plot, but it's frankly just a hot mess because it was the first novel I actually finished writing, and that's why it needs to be redone basically from scratch now that I have more experience under my belt. But so that will come after Bound by Blood. My third goal, which is very ambitious, is to actually begin writing Bound by Blood in mid-October. I'm going to take it kind of slow, that's the plan at least, so as to not distract from the thesis project because that's going to be stressful enough. But I do want to get started on this book sooner rather than later. It's been bouncing in my head for a while now, and I just want to get it on paper. It's also a less traditional fantasy setting, so I think it'll be interesting to kind of learn more about a different time period and just work on developing that setting. Since I intend to take this really slowly, I have set a goal for about 50,000 words by the end of the year, which is pretty doable in the course of 2.5 months. And then my sort of bonus stretch fourth goal that I'd love to meet, but probably won't, is to write a short story, most likely a science fiction one rather than fantasy. I have kind of a general sketch in mind for what I would want to do, so really it's just a matter of sitting down and actually writing, but with all the other stuff I have planned, I don't know if I'm actually going to get to it. So we will see. That's everything that I'll be working on until the end of 2021. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel if you want to follow along with my writing journey. Also, leave a comment below. Whether you're a reader or a writer or both, I'd love to just hear about your goals for the rest of the year and maybe even beyond, especially as it pertains to reading and writing, or just feel free to say hello. That would be great. I post videos on Sunday and Wednesday. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you here in the next video.